to the Outdoor Sports Show, the leading television magazine programme covering the very best events from the adrenaline-filled, action-packed world of outdoor sports. In this month's episode, we start in the Algarve, Portugal, at the UCI multi-stage mountain biking race that is the Algarve Bike Challenge. Staying with cycling, we travel to Virgin in Utah for the Red Bull Rampage free-ride mountain bike event. Finally, we take in the exhilarating ski mountaineering race that is the Jennesteier in Germany, a stopover as part of the famous Alpen Cup. Start our journey in Portugal, where the Algarve Bike Challenge is considered to be one of the most unique mountain biking races in the calendar. The race is held over 3 days and the riders have to cover in total around 150 kilometres, but with more than 3,000 metres of elevation, it's a tough, challenging route. This year the event celebrates its 6th birthday and is bigger and better than ever, with the event growing year on year since its inception in 2013.
2018, it's the 6th edition of the Algarve Bike Challenge. We have this year 840 participants from 16 countries, including Brazil, Costa Rica, and from most countries of Europe. The race returned to its original rules. It's now GPS guided, and it's a different type of race because you have to look for your GPS, follow your GPS, and don't follow the signs on the course.
With so many riders participating across the 5 different categories, the event directors have worked endlessly for months to create what is a hugely popular event amongst the mountain biking community.
I found the organization as in the last year very well organized. This organization can provide us a good race, good hotels, very nice trails. The people are very fine. The food is also good. So everything is ready to have a very good stage race in Algarve.
The Algarve Bike Challenge is famous for both elite and amateur riders who compete over the same course. It's for all ages, men and women, with everyone enjoying the beautiful scenery and Portuguese hospitality on offer. One of the participants this year is journalist Simon Le Mans, who has made the trip from Belgium to take part in the event.
It's a very balanced race with first night prologue. It seems quite exciting to do because I think Tavira is a nice historic town to do prologue in. And then we have the long stage on Saturday, and I think we have a playful stage in the end.
Mountain biking is not just a sport, but it's seen by many as a way of living as well. It's an amazing physical and mental challenge that encourages you to push your limits and explore wild destinations.
For me, it's just freedom, it's nature. You're on your bike, you see really beautiful places, and really I like the part when you are in the woods. It's not that much in the cities with all the cars and stuff like that. It's just, for me, it's freedom when you're on a mountain bike. It's the race or it's training, it's just like pure fun.
Since the sport of mountain biking became popular in the 1970s, the bikes have changed considerably. Modern materials and technology have seen the bikes become lighter, quicker and more responsive.
From the old times till now, the mountain bikes really improved. They became lighter and the wheel size changed and the brakes are more intense. It's really a different feeling to ride the mountain bikes now. Also the suspension improved, the bikes are stiffer, you can push them harder in the trails and you have more comfort but less weight. So it's the feeling on the mountain bikes really improved during the decades.
It's now time for some racing. 3 demanding days lay ahead for the riders. Single tracks, remote forests, technical downhills and steep climbs are just some of the factors that make the Algarve Bike Challenge so unique. The first prologue stage was seen as a warm-up session. 2.5 kilometres gave the riders enough time to feel the vibe of this high-level race, with the route taking them through the narrow streets of Tavira. Kings of this first stage were Vladimir Teixeira and David Bello. They had the advantage heading into day 2, when the route would take the riders out into the countryside. Here the athletes took on the most demanding stage, with more than 80 kilometres to cover and 2,000 metres of vertical climbing deep into rural Portugal. Antonio Ortiz and Julian Zubero were the first to cross the finish line on this stage, with just one more day remaining of the event. Let's now meet Team Oliveira Praia, formed by last year's champion, the Moto2 GP Red Bull KTM driver Miguel Oliveira, and his partner Miguel Praia, also a pro MotoGP driver.
I love mountain bike because, first of all, it's a sport which is really in contact with nature.
Mountain bike is very similar to a motorcycle.
Every race is tough when you want to do it in the high level. I'm Miguel Oliveira and I'm 23 years old.
My name is Miguel Praia and I'm 40 years old. You have the balance, you have the skills, you have the brakes. It's a good training for our main sport, that is the motorcycles.
One has an engine and the other one doesn't have. You have basically to pedal a lot, so it's just a way of training. Algarve Bike Challenge is one of the most difficult races on this event. It's a really tough one.
We are prepared, it will be tough, we will do our best.
To the racing, and the third and final stage was underway in the beautiful Portuguese sunshine. With the spectators cheering, the riders pushed themselves to their limits. In second place were the winners of the second stage, Antonio Ortiz and Julian Zubiro, who celebrated as the result was good enough to secure them top spot on the podium. They finished with a total time of 6 hours, 25 minutes and a second. In the end, 702 athletes of the 840 who started finished the challenge.
Today is good weather and the race is very nice. I'm happy for the win the race, and Algarve by Challenge. I would like the race, and it's the second time for me. It's possible next year to return to the Algarve by Challenge.
The overall win tastes quite good. We had to fight back today. We make some mistakes in the navigation, so we start quite good. Had a solid lead, but then we did 2 mistakes, and every time we have to fight back to the front.
Now, staying with cycling, let's move to Virgin in Utah, America, to watch one of the most extreme freeride mountain bike events, the Red Bull Rampage. 21 riders had qualified for the event, looking to impress as they drew their own lines in the rocks of Utah.
We know he's going to be riding the most vertical aspect we've ever seen in Rampage history. Zink over the edge. Oh, he made it look so smooth. That's a flat takeoff, no lip. There it is! Off the step down, can he line it up? Zink! 90.33, Cam Zink. Flat drop, step down. There it is! Classic Ryan Howard style. Mom Van Steenbergen. Last spin 360 Superman Seacrest. His debut at Red Bull Rampage. Set up jump into the takeoff. Suicide no-hander. Rotated 360 on a drop into a Oh, he's got his own variation of that rider's right ridge. Now he's into the rhythm section. Oh, he flipped no-handers on that hip. He's got a kicker. Does he flip it? He does. Kurt Sorgi on a good one. One last trick, can he get it? Oh, look at the score!
92.66 just with that.
Our final destination is to one of the most well-known ski mountaineering races in the world, the Jännessteier. It's the second stopover of the Alpen Cup, a ski mountaineering tour which includes Hotzgenning Erz Trophy in Austria, Jännessteier in Germany, and the Marmotta Trophy in South Tyrol, Italy. The Jännessteier traditionally takes place on the slopes of its namesake, the Jänne. The experienced organisers had everything in place, so nothing stood in the way of this first-class race weekend, even if the event was celebrating its 13th anniversary. The event consists of 2 races, a sprint event and a vertical race, held over 2 days. On Saturday, for the first time in Germany, a ski touring sprint competition took place at the Obersalzberg. With its infrastructure, the small ski resort was ideally suited for holding the sprint competition. Each participant had to ski approximately 1 kilometre, climbing 65 metres as fast as possible, and then descend back to the finish.
I'm very happy to be here today and to take part in the Alpen Cup race and Jännessteier race. I hope to have a good race and just having fun.
So I'm really motivated for the first sprint in Germany, and yeah, I will do my best and hopefully make good transitions, and then I will see what the race brings for me.
The spectators cheered the athletes and made the atmosphere unforgettable for its participants, which included a huge number of foreign entries. Heavy fog obscured visibility in the qualifying heats and quarter-finals, which added to the runners on the descent. Just in time for the final, however, the curtain cleared so that the view of the finish to the highest point could be seen. The athletic performances in the race were undoubtedly at the highest level. Finally, local hero Joseph Huber won the general classification over his compatriot Stefan Knuth and Salzburg's Alexander Brandon. It was particularly tight in the final for the ladies. Just a matter of meters separated the leaders. First came Joanna Earhart, ahead of Michaela Essel, with Ina Forchhammer in third.
I'm really happy to win the race today, because it was a hard fight from the first moment on, and I got a 4th position. But then in the last downhill, I got the 1st position and then I won, and I'm really happy about it.
Mich freut es total, dass ich heute gewonnen habe. Hätte ich ehrlich gesagt nie geglaubt. Aber das Sprinten taugt mir irgendwie. Das habe ich bei der Erztrophy gesehen in Bischofshofen, dass mir das eigentlich liegt. Und ich habe auch eine starke Konkurrenz gehabt, muss man sagen. Und von dem her freut es mich umso mehr, dass ich gewonnen habe.
On Sunday, it was the time for the vertical race. The organisers again put on a superb event with a great atmosphere. From the start, near the valley station of the Jena Bahn, around 140 athletes raced up the 600 metres to the finish line at the Hugo Beck House. There they were greeted and cheered by a huge crowd. Among the 140 participants were athletes from Germany, Austria, Sweden, Romania and Slovakia.
I'm happy to be here at Jena Stier. It's the first time that I start here. Yes, and I'm happy to race.
I think the race course is pretty good and it's nice to have a sprint here at home in Berchtesgaden, and I think it will be a cool race.
Austria's Jakob Herrmann had the fastest time in the men's race, finishing just 30 seconds though ahead of local hero Thomas Trainer, with another Austrian, Christian Hoffmann, finishing third. After his double victory at the Hotzgenning Erz Trophy 2 weeks ago, the first race weekend with the Alpen Cup, Jakob Herrmann again gained valuable points in the overall standings. Sarah Dreyer won the women's race, just in front of the Swedish siblings Sanna and Lina Elkott Hellander.
The Rennerstier vertical was really good today for me. I had really good feelings in the morning. The breakfast was very good. And so it was possible to push very hard from the start. I think it was a really good time, perfect for me.
The speed was very high. From the beginning, I'm happy to win this race.
So let's see the final scoreboards after the two-day event and before the riders travel to Italy for the final race of the Alpen Cup, the Marmotta Trophy. So that's all for this show. Next month we'll be covering that final leg of the Alpen Cup in Italy, as well as another whistle-stop tour of the very best events from the world of outdoor sports. This is the one and only television magazine show which travels you to some of the most iconic places on Earth, dedicated to adrenaline seekers and outdoor sports enthusiasts.